channel. I'm excited you're here today. I want to show you something that has been a true game changer for me. Cut creases were always very hard for me to do because of my hooded eyes, but when I watched Risa Does Makeup, her tutorial was fabulous and I learned so much so quick. So if you want to see how to get this look and how to get your eyes looking like this, maybe you've got hooded eyes. Hers were much more hooded than mine, and so I found it fairly easy to do this. I swear you will love it. All right, so keep watching. Okay, so I am excited to show you this and how you get this done. It is a beautiful cut crease. If you got a hooded eye, you're going to love this. You're going to love this. So let me get up close to you so you can see. Let me back off first. Can you see the difference? How small this eye looks compared to this eye? I absolutely love it. It is beautiful. So let me show you the things that you're going to need to do this with. You're going to need a few things, right? So this one is called Neutrogena, is deep, clean, purifying, I guess micellar water, pretty much. That's what it is. And you're going to need this. You're also going to need, ta-da! You're going to need some of these. I like the ones with a little point on the end. It makes it really easy, and then I can use this end to kind of dry it off as I go along with it. And then you're going to need some concealer. I'm going to use Younique's concealer in the color Velour today. And we're going to use a few brushes, and I'll tell you what those are as we're using them. But this is my fun color palette that I put together for fall, but I'm going to use two colors. So this only requires two colors out of this palette, and then I'm going to use another color for my lid, okay? But we're going to use Gingerly, which is this caramel color here, and then we're going to use, let me look at it one time, Nonsensical, which is up here, which is kind of like a brownish brick red color. It's so pretty for fall. Let me turn it like that. You can see the color a little bit better. They're more true to color when I hold it this way. I am using natural light, so if you see it go in and out, it's because I'm using natural light today. All right, so let's do this. Let's show you. I'm going to show you the brushes I'm going to use. I'm going to use this is a fluffy crease brush by Younique. I'm going to use a cream shadow brush by Younique, and I'm also going to use this shader liner brush. I'm going to use this end, not the liner part. And I'm probably going to use this brush here for blending out. This one is a Japanese brush, and I'll have to find the number. I cannot remember the number, but it's a wonderful little brush. I got it at Ulta. Or I might use this brush here. This is It's Cosmetics blending brush. And this one right here is my tried and true favorite for detail work. And it is a Morphe brush, but it is an M443, it looks like. See, it's a Morphe brush right there, but it looks just like this. You can see I've been using it. I love it because I already did this one eye. All right, so let's get started. Let me grab my brush I'm going to use. This is the brush we're going to use first, the fluffy crease brush. This is very simple technique. If you've got some hoodedness like me, you can see mine are kind of, let me fix my mirror. Mine are kind of downward turned a little, you know. This one is more downward turned than you can think because I've already done this eye. It looks more lifted. This is actually my better eye. So one little tip that I do like to give you is take a little bit of concealer and put it right here in the corner of your eye. It really does help if you're going to use liner or anything like that. We're not using liner today, not lining our eyes, but we are going to use it just a tight line, just a little bit. But this right here is a perfect I'm going to go ahead and put this on my arm, on my hand. I mean, this is what I'm going to use when I get to the point of using it on my face. Probably that much. You don't even need that much because we're only going to use it on the lid, okay? So this technique is fabulous. Risa, she did it perfectly. Her eyes are a little bit different from mine, but I watched her video a few times and I got it down. And I decided I love doing it. So I'm going to take Gingerly first, this color here. So Gingerly is going to go on my fluffy crease brush. And what we're going to do is put like a wash of color. So we're going to take this color and come straight across. Yeah, we're putting it on our lid, and we're going to build it on up into the crease and up onto the brow bone. Because that is where we're headed, girlfriends. Look at that. Just a wash of color. This is such a pretty color for fall. These are pressed powder eyeshadows by Younique, by the way. You can get these. This is an 8. This comes in an 8. There's a 4. There's a quad. There's also, you can get a bigger one that holds 25 colors. This one happens to hold 8. So it's just an 8 palette, I guess you would call it. But bring this in the crease and bring it. I like to bring it over in the corner just a little bit. I've got to where I like to bring it up a little bit higher than I used to. I have really close set eyes, so I like to leave this part open so my eyes look wider apart. Now, I am going to use Velour Pressed Powder Foundation. Yes, I am. I use this all the time. This is the powder concealer brush, and I use the concealer end of it, and I tap it off, and I'm going to take this beautiful color. This helps cover up any kind of brown spots you might have. Well, sun worshipers, when we were young, you know you've got some brown spots up here. I do, definitely on this one. This one's worse than this side on this. Any particular day, I try to make sure I cover them up for sure. But that's about all you do. Just kind of put that wash of color, and then we're going to blend gingerly back up into it. Normally, I'll put the velour on first, but with this one, I decided I'm going to do it different. So I actually put the color on first, and now we're going to come back up, and we're just going to blend right into the velour foundation. Yes, foundation on your eye. It actually works pretty darn good. Now, according to your skin color, you might have to use a different color, but you know, you can use any powder for that. I just happen to use that velour because I think it's really pretty. Really, really pretty. And a great color for my skin. Okay, so there's that color. Boom, we're done. Now, here comes the fun part. You're going to take your micellar water, any kind that you have. I just happen to be using this Deep Clean Purifying Micellar Cleansing Water by Neutrogena. And what you're going to do, you're going to take this wonderful end, and you're going to dip it down in. It fits perfectly through that little hole. You're going to grab some of the micellar water. It's going to soak it up. And this is what we're going to do. This is why these work so perfect. Now, we're going to remove some color. So the color we're going to remove is here at the bottom. And you're going to do this very sparingly, a little at a time. And what you're going to do, you're going to work it from the bottom up. You're going to remove the color. See it? It's coming off. And then I will take this side, and I will kind of dry it. Now, she didn't do this part. This is just what I did. I like to kind of remove it. That way, it's not wet feeling. And then I can come back. And what we're going to do, we're going to go right up to where we want that cut crease. And we're slowly going to remove that layer of color. Because normally you would try to do your cut crease first. This is just genius, y'all. It's just genius. It is. This is the easiest way I've ever in my life seen to do a cut crease. And cut creases are pretty cool for hooded eyes, especially if you want to create a lid. Oh my gosh, this was, I did it and I'm like, look at that. See, it's removing all of it. Now get the other side and kind of swipe it away. And be careful not to get too far up. Too far up. There we go. Let's see if I need to remove any more. I need to move just a tad more right along the line that I want to create. Now, the cool thing is when you already have one eye done, you can really see how far you need to go up. So keep that in mind. I kind of like to do one eye at a time. That way when I get to the second eye, I can match it up. Because all I'm doing is just taking away gingerly where I don't need it. And this works so darn amazing. Amazing. Now you see I took it out all the way over here because I am going to add another color. Let's see what it got off of there. Let's do this side. I'm going to do it like this because I want to make sure I get right up to that edge and kind of dry it off because I really don't want any residue left on it. All right. See that? Ta-da! Isn't that amazing, amazing, amazing? Okay, let me grab my other products. Okay, so now we're ready. We need this brush right here. This is a cream shadow brush. Here is the concealer on my hand, and we're going to take this brush. We're going to dip down into the concealer very lightly. I'm going to come up close and personal with you, and I'm going to move my mirror down a little bit, and we're going to start patting the concealer right on our lid. This is how we're going to get our famous Cut Crease. Now, we're not going to go up further than where we took the gingerly away, that color away, but we are going to bring it all the way to the outer corner. Look at that. I got a lid. It's amazing. I just love it. Absolutely freaking love it. I do. Oh, it's so good. Every time I do this, I get amazed. Now I'm going to come just a little bit into, I'm not going to come all the way in the corner of my eye because I got a lot of crepiness there. I call it crepiness. I guess that's how you pronounce it. Looks crepey to me, like crepe paper. Kind of, sort of. But bring it right to where you took it away. And that way it creates the most awesomest. Look at that. I have a lid, ladies. Oh, it's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Now, anything that's left on your hand, just kind of rub it in. It covers up brown spots. It does. All right, so the color I chose to use on my lid, this is Addiction Palette 6, by the way. It is absolutely the most gorgeous palette ever. If you love plums and if you love neutrals, this is your palette, girls. This is it. This has like shimmers. This has mattes. It's so, so pretty. But what I'm going to use is the color Lofty right there. So Lofty, I'm going to use that, let's see what brush. I'm going to use this brush. I'm going to use the shader liner brush that I showed you at the beginning. And we're just going to pat down into the color, tap it off. And we don't swipe the color on since we've got the concealer. We're just going to pat it. Pat is your friend. I say that all the time. Your friend is pat when you're talking about a mature eye. As we speak, I'm 57. So swiping is not pretty. Now, this concealer is going to kind of help with, you know, some crepiness on your eye. It's going to smooth things out just a little bit. You'll probably like it a lot better doing it this way. I seem to. The color is definitely going to stay. And I think I forgot to say that I did use eye primer before I ever put anything on my eyes today. So we are going to pat, pat, pat. My dog is wanting in. Do y'all hear her? I got the doggies out today. Now I'm going to use just a tad right here. Here she comes. I hear you, Hyper. I have a dog named Hyper. She likes to be in here with me. She's kind of my mini-me. She's like almost 15 years old. Almost. By December, she'll be 15. All right, here we go. Now look at that. Can you see the difference? Oh my goodness. From the beginning to this eye. Now we're going to come in and use Nonsensical. This is a really pretty fall color too. I'm going to tap it off. This is my Morphe brush that I'm going to use. And we're going to create like a line, like a liner with this. Like right in the inner half, like pupil over maybe. Yes. And then we're going to create a line up toward our brow. The end of our brow, like right there. Aim it to that. And you can see that my skin moves a lot on the side. It's very, very loose right through here. There's no way to tighten that. So what I basically do is make sure that I use, I mean, I know I've got a little shimmer here, but I'm coming over it with Nonsensical. Okay? Nonsensical, so pretty. And I'm just making that outer V. And now I'm going to take a little bit more and pop it more along the line, since I've already got my line going where I need it to be. There we go. Now we're going to take this brush and we're going to blend it out. Blend. I like this little brush because I have little eyes, and little eyes require smaller brushes. I feel like that's the truth for me. I love this one. It's Japanese, but you can, or Japanese, I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but it's a great little brush for blending out, especially here in this corner, especially when my skin moves all around. I need a little smaller brush to kind of keep it where I want it to be. And that's what this brush gives me. You see it? Wow, yes. Yes, it's such a pretty color. All right, so we're going to finish out by taking this brush again. We're going to come back into Nonsensical right here, and we're going to line underneath. we're going to add a little bit of liner. Not underneath, but tight lining with it. Okay. I'm trying to get here so you can see. Isn't it fun aging? I'm just living my best life. I guess that's the way you need to see life these days. Living it to the fullest every single day. Oh, I like that. I like it. Now, I'm going to take a little bit of gingerly. We're going to put a little bit of gingerly on my brush too. A couple of taps. And I'm going to run it underneath here too. So I like to mix the two. Since I've mixed the two at the top, I kind of like to keep it cohesive and mix the two underneath. See how pretty that is? Oh, gingerly is like the best color. Wow. And these two together just scream fall. They do. All right, so we're going to blend just a little. No harsh lines. We don't want any harsh edges. Blend it up a little bit. Make sure each side is pretty much the same. And really now, both eyes are different. They are. Both eyes are different. And as we age, one eye is going to be different than the other. So I'm going to use Proper. This is a brown liner. These are waterproof. They set in about 30 seconds. So look how easy it glides on. Boom. No prob. But I'm not going to line. I'm just going to tight line like right here. I know that's kind of weird looking, but I do hold it down. And look at the difference. Whoa. Yeah, they look even. That is awesome. Now, we're going to add a little bit of mascara. Mascara is your friend. Mascara is your friend. Now, I'm going to use these two. Turn it around. This is primer, and this is 4D mascara. So, I'm going to apply the primer. I want to show you the primer. And then I'm going to go off camera, and I'm going to come back and show you the finished look, okay? Because I want to show you this primer, because this primer is new. I absolutely love it. And it conditions your lashes, but it also helps separate your lashes before you put your mascara on. And yeah, you kind of look like Frozen, you know. That's what Hogan told me, my grandbaby. She said, that looks like Frozen. You have white lashes. I'm like, yeah, it's kind of cool, baby. It is. But it does separate. I love this brush. And it's almost like it just separates your lashes perfectly. And then when you go to apply your mascara, it goes on like a charm. Like a charm. And I like to put a liberal amount. Don't get me wrong. I like to make sure I coat each and every one of my lashes. But this stuff is new. So if you're not using a primer, I would recommend you using a primer for your lashes. You will love it. You will love it, love it, love it. Now, one thing I will say is that you do need to not let this dry. Don't let it dry. Get all the way dry, and then you apply your mascara. So I'll be right back after I apply my mascara. Okay, guys, this is our finished look. It turned out absolutely wonderful. I love this cut crease technique. It is so easy to do, and you can do it very, very, very quickly. Just need you a few things. Don't forget micellar water. You need that. You're going to need a one of these. Make sure that these are the kind with the pointy end, the Q-tips, and you're going to need some concealer. You're going to need some brushes, and you pick out your own eyeshadows. You can use any kind of eyeshadows with this, not just what I used. You can you know, make sure that you use something that you love. Maybe you use browns, maybe you use purples, maybe you use plums. You can use any color, okay? So thank you guys for watching today. Please give me a thumbs up if you like this video. If there's anything that you would love for me to do that I haven't done on this channel, give me some ideas of something that you would love to see, okay? And I appreciate you watching. Thanks, guys. I'll see you next time.